Hey guys, Josh Lustig here, and on this channel we're talking about three things: entrepreneurs' mindset, their skills of influence and sales, and their marketing to take your business to the next level. On today's video, we're talking about the 3 steps to building a small team around you so you make money while you sleep. Stay tuned. All right, really the concept of this lesson has been taught to me by spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in training and consulting with people that have been there and done that, right? They're at a level much higher than me. And to be honest, that's probably the number one thing that I've done that has brought me so much success in our life so far. And clearly we have a long way to go to get to where we want to be. And really looking at other successful people and modeling exactly what they have done to gain their success is what we should be doing. And it's exactly where this lesson in my life has come from, and I wanted to share it with you today. What we oftentimes forget is that the path to where you're going involves so many people, right? If you really look at your life, everything that you don't have now that you want, you're going to get from somebody else. And actually, that's so powerful. I'd like to say it again and write it down. One of my mentors told me that. He said, look, everything you want in life that you don't have right now, you're going to get from somebody else. Whether it's in your business or your relationships with your family and your kids and your spouse, whether it's from a money or materialistic standpoint, it's other people who have to buy your product. It's teammates on your team that are going to be doing work on your behalf. It's all of those things, and it all involves other people. And so often we think that go it alone is the best approach because it's just easier. Or maybe you have these limiting beliefs that maybe crept in over time where you hired a couple people in your business, they didn't work out, and made your life miserable for a few months or years, and now you think, I just don't want any team members. I don't want to deal with the headache of employees. And mind you, I understand some days everybody feels that way. At the end of the week though, or the end of your month, you have to look at it and go, how much more productive could I have been if I did have a team? So for those of you that have a team, great. You can use some of these principles to help you build that team. For those of you that do not have a team, my goal today is to show you why you need it. So step number 1 in growing this team is before you do anything, you need to evaluate, is right now even a good time to hire anybody? Am I at a point in my business, right? Ask yourself the question, am I at a spot in my business right now that I can afford to have an assistant or another employee? And that's the first question you should ask, and that's what I get asked all the time. I'm here to tell you, as soon as your personal production, right, the amount of personal production in your sales, a lot of insurance agents are watching this, so in your insurance agency, as soon as you have enough sales in the pipeline where you can't really afford not to have an assistant, you're answering phone calls and emails and you're doing all these things that really are taking you away from selling hours, and that's not okay. You should be doing everything you can to avoid minimum wage activities and absolutely double down on revenue generating activities. How can you spend 80% of your day actually doing what makes your business money? And when you get to a spot where your service work or your administrative type work is taking up 20, 30, 40% of your day or even more, I can't tell you how many people are spending more than half their time on service type activities, at that point you need to make your first hire. So step 1 is max out your personal production, and step 2 is to hire an administrative assistant and train them. You can't afford not to have your first hire. And who should that be? It should be an administrative assistant to take as much off of your plate as humanly possible. What should you have them do? You should have them do anything that you can teach them that they can take something off your plate. For example, you should not be calling, vendors or insurance companies. You should not be paying your own bills. I hate to say it, you shouldn't be. Somebody should be doing that for you. You should not be calling clients about things like billing and claims and anything to do with the fulfillment of your service, you should be calling on behalf of your sales team, right? Not on behalf of the service part. So what you're doing is you're essentially building yourself out of your agency from a service perspective. That should be done 24/7 without you having to be there. Now, I say 24/7, only 9 to 5 for us, but you get the picture. And so the exercise for this is right now on your piece of paper, I want you on the left side of your paper to write down every single thing that you do right now. Every single activity that you do in your business, I want you to pause the video and write that down. Whether it's sales, whether it's marketing, whether it's paying bills, whether it's the service work, calling insurance companies on behalf of your client. List every single activity that you do down, every task, and then once that's done, I want you to circle everything that is not generating you cash. Everything that's not generating income. Anything that is service related. I want you to circle all those things. That is, my friend, what you should be training your administrative assistant on. So go do that right now, and I cannot wait to hear how it goes for you. Now, once you're done with step number 2, which is getting your administrative assistant up and rolling, number 3 is when you're at the next level. Your assistants are doing all the service work, you're doing all the sales work, you're growing. There comes a time when really you're gonna get burnt out if you go too long in that process. And you wanna be able to, the make money while you sleep part, is have this machine that is not only taking care of the service work, but also bringing new clients in the front door at the same time. And this is where I highly recommend hiring two people to replace you. So hiring 2 sales reps, or in the insurance business, 2 agents that you train to come in and replace the activities that you were doing, which is all the sales work. So first thing you did was replace the service. Now you're replacing the sales. And you think that's funny, like, isn't there something else I should be doing before that? In my opinion, no. Once you get the day-to-day sales off of your plate, you can start focusing on the business, not just working in it. I'll say that again. You need to start focusing on your business, on the things that will grow it, and the strategy and long-term growth and the marketing, right? And spend a little bit less time in your business, but the caveat is only if you did step 1 and 2. I'll tell you a story. I mentored a young gentleman a couple years ago, and one of his biggest things was he was thinking like a 7-figure or 8-figure business owner. He was extremely intelligent. He went to every training that ever existed on business, sales, marketing, all that. And his biggest challenge, though, even though he was extremely intelligent and thought the correct way, is he never did step 1. He never went out and actually built the insurance agency from the ground up. He never was the guy that was on the phone 15 hours that day because he was calling different time zones to squeak out a little bit more efficiency. He didn't work on the, inside the business enough to have the foundation of cash flow and money coming into the business. He didn't have the foundation to build it correctly. And we all know, if you have ever read the Bible, which I probably should read a little bit more, if you've ever read the Bible, you would know that building your foundation on sand, like this gentleman, is not a good idea. We need to build it on rock. So I highly encourage you, make sure that you do step 1, do the hard work, do it yourself first, grow to a level where you can't afford not to have help, hire an administrative assistant, teach them everything about the service side, get the service side under control without you, so it runs by itself, then replace yourself in the sales side with 2 individuals that are go-getters, that are hungry, that you can provide an awesome opportunity to. Have them grow the business that way while you are busy steering the ship. You're at the helm, you have the strategy, the marketing, you're doing everything in your power by working on the business now and not just in it. This is what has allowed us to scale our business to that 7-figure level. Actually, we've done that twice now with 2 different companies, and we also have a couple other businesses that are on their way there that aren't there yet. And it's the same formula. In any business, it's the same formula to get where you're going. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the lessons in this video. Do first things first, step 1, then 2, and then 3 in that order. and I would love to hear how that goes for you. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please click that like button and hit the subscribe so I can get in touch with you more often with videos just like this. I wish you guys a fantastic rest of your week, and as always, God bless.